I'm not turning it off because it's kind of warm in here. I'm still in this Madden game. See if I can get back to the front. I don't see what I played earlier today. I was in the practice. And I don't see the practice. My phone's staying on. Hold on, let me. I don't really know what I'm doing in this bad game. I slept most of the night there. Like I thought. I went and ate and then I fell asleep. Then I watched Freddy versus Jason. So that's why I'm a little late. You know, it was my obsession with horror movies why I turned out the way I did. I was noticing a lot of stuff about that movie. Fear. Red and green. Lying to the public for their best interest. You know, they would hide Freddy. Halloween 3's a good movie too. You got bugs. You got chimps. You got kids. Road town but a corporation. It was those movies. I'm not going to never complain about watching those movies as a kid. That's what I did. I went to school. I came home and watched those movies. I didn't have no sources in my life other than this teacher I ran into in the late part of the 90s right before I got through out of school, a year and a half before I got. And then a few preaching programs and radio programs. But other than that, I didn't have much sources. So the reason I turned out the way I did was my horror movies. There's a lot of things woven in those stories. It's hitting me. I mean, it was like a download. When them boys were talking about them, they use fear to control you. They got stuff all hidden and all over the fear. But it had an opposite effect on me. It made me weary of the government. Because like I said, I didn't have none of that in my life. My daddy, he went to work. He come home and he slept a lot of times. My mama was at work a lot of times. She didn't talk about that stuff. It was my obsessions with horror movies that saved me from being like 99% of these morons out here. And I'm going to be thanking God for that from now on. Now, yes, it put some bad things into my life. It put some bad habits, some bad thoughts, and inspired them and built them up as a child. But I'm not never going to complain about that ever again. Because it hit me tonight like a download. Why I turned out the way I did. About everything. Including defying authority. They lie to you because they tell that it's in your best interest. Because they want you to fear that you're going to die. So they can control you. Just like Freddy Krueger. He had to use fear. He even kind of looks like that freaking COVID. That COVID is just the demon of fear. I mean, if you look at it, when they draw it, it about looks like Freddy's skin. So I'm glad I watched all them movies. I'm not gonna complain. 3 was the one I'd watch all the time, besides 2 and then Freddy Krueger 2, that one. And Jason Part 5, when it wasn't really Jason, it was Roy. He was killing because they killed his boy that was heavy. That one chopped him to death. How do you play this? That's the reason I turned out the way I did. I was just questioning that this week. And I got my answer. Just by running into Freddy versus Jason. I was thinking, how did I turn out the way I did? It was my obsession with horror movies. And I'm going to be forever thankful for that. God has a purpose. I don't even know what I'm doing in this game. God, how does anybody even play this? What was I playing today? Continue. Here we go. I found it. Okay, I found it, y'all. Why he changed the teams? Is there any directions? I wish I could find the box. You know, I can't see the top up here for this freaking bar. If there's anything up there, I can't tell. Start game. Those are the only options you got? You just gotta play what they put up? Guess I gotta play what they put up. I thought I played this last night. What's the difference? Yeah, I'm never gonna complain again about sitting in the front of the TV watching all those horror movies. Because them horror movies basically saved my life from being a schmuck. A rollover. He's back, the man behind the mask, and he's out of control. Yeah, Freddy was even using fear to control Jason. Well, that's how our government works as well. They use fear to control you. Yeah, I was actually pondering. I think I even brought it a podcast. I couldn't figure out how I turned out the way I did.
Welcome in, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan Coachman, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. On next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Our commentator,
I didn't even know what it was downloading back then.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast
Even though I liked a lot of the
movies,
I had favorites that I'd watch all the time.
Who sets the pace and makes the other
and there was
chase.
2, 3, and 2 of Freddy Krueger. Sometimes Dream Warrior.
Throwing on first down. Looking left side.
Oh, he got that down.
And he'll be taken
I
past
them all,
the 50.
but I had certain
Another
ones
nice
I just
gain,
play over
13
and over
yards
again.
that
It was
time,
like a
another
ritual.
first down. More now.
Get home, watch my cartoons, play it again.
He's back to throw, and he can't hang on
That was
to
dumb.
it. That would have sealed him. Instead, second down.
That was dumb.
Who's unable to complete it.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a
I like
little
the
bit
lights
dinged up
in
here?
this game,
Or is
the
he
way
just
the sun
off
does.
just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Why did I make him jump? Why didn't he just go running?
3rd and 5 now.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them clear with a W. And the caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll look to throw. A bullet is crew for one more.
The momentum right now.
Why didn't I
they have
stick
to
with
be
something
very
I know?
careful not to get over exuberant.
But I'm better
and blow
at
an
it.
assignment
So.
and give up the big first down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, I had one years ago, Game Day something,
And that is
on the GameCube.
Sendejo from his strong safety spot, able to make the play.
I could sort of play that
Trying
one.
to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
Oh, it might have been a Madden. I don't remember. It was some kind of football game.
The emotion out of their
And it was on the GameCube, and I got it really, really cheap.
If he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well.
I used to play it all the time. I like that because you could play with the weather and all that. I'd make them play in the snow. I could sort of play that game.
And he'll be brought to the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to
you know what I did with my
game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school,
I lost
college,
all
or
my
the
games
NFL.
for it.
Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well,
I lost my games. I went off and left them when I went to Florida.
Points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little
house
track meet.
And you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
That was a quick game. That was a quick game. Can you never change those teams? Ravens. I need to watch. I should have done that before I got on. I know probably some of my conservative friends are probably thinking, well, what are you playing this game for anyway? Because I'm a free human being and I can play what I want to play. I didn't pay much for it anyway. I got it for a $2. I pretty much got it for free.
It's the coach here in Orlando, getting you set for a Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens.
But I don't always stand for the
Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you from the broadcast pros as we get to
who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
And now the Ravens set to go on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Especially if it's a low tier.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he gets his. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 squash just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you fence, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Green, 39.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
Go, no!
And it's picked up by the Eagle-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Look at that. What do I do?
Repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Whether
Enemy territory,
this
but
town
not
is
by
so
much as he's
miserable,
down
I
to
would.
48.
I'm telling you, if you
It'll be
ever
a gain of 2, and
think about
speaking of
moving to
twos, it'll take
Georgia,
us to the
skip
2-minute
Dalton. I know it
warning.
has everything,
Time for a break.
but it's like the devil.
We're back
It's
to
like
finish this one off
it's literally
after
like
this.
living hell on earth. Between all the junk you'll have to put up with, you might have all them stores and all them
So
restaurants.
it's Eagle
You're gonna have to put
football
up
here
with
as
a
we
lot
get
of
you
junk.
reset. And let's see what
I'd
they've
say
come up
don't
with
move here. I wish
offensively
their
after
property
having time
rates
to
would
talk
go
it
down.
over.
I wish this town would get so low they'd have a wake-up call that they'd clean it up. It's one of the most horriblest places you could ever live
Eagles
in
on
your
3rd
life.
down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This
I
is
hate I'm a
3rd and
disabled
11.
man stuck here with no means to move.
More now.
I'm telling you, I get out of here.
Saddle line.
Don't
They'll
look
get 10 there,
back.
but it leaves
I
them.
think I wouldn't look
And
back.
how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're to fool them with running.
I didn't do it
And
right.
4th and 1, it's a fake. But he will not burst
Dang
down
it.
marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake
Plant
doesn't work,
noise, you
we
gotta
usually
listen to
focus our
that too.
attention on the guys
That
that were
about deafens
unsuccessful.
your ears.
But how about the defensive
And it goes
guys? They
on
have to
all
plan
day
all
and
week. They have to
night.
prepare all week. Special teams,
Oh, damn
they
plant.
look like they were educated for that one.
Educated
course, now I
on their
noticed.
toes and getting a
I was
big
listening
stop.
up there in Washington.
20. And all the way
This
scored
outdoor
on the
stuff.
ground and through the air.
You hear them old
And the
plants up there
Ravens
in
have cut it to
Washington.
within a score.
I can
A
in the
big play
background.
here as the Ravens are going to go for the
They must
two-point
have some plants
conversion.
somewhere around there. But it sounded just like this trash around here. I know one thing, if I was in charge, I'd make them noise-proof their plants.
He'll look to throw.
They about put my
And this
ears
is
out.
caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a
If they ever
field
go
goal.
deaf, I'm gonna go sue
90
them.
ticks to go. Still time, but they need this onside kick. Oh, the Ravens
And I don't know who they are. They're right
do
here around
have
me.
it. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game
I'll
for them.
sometimes wake up, my
Nicely
ears to be
executed
buzzing
play.
from that trash. I'm telling you,
Back to throw.
don't move here. If you ever move to Georgia, don't move
And
here.
that is caught on the right sideline.
I'm
but
wanting
out of
out.
bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second
horrible.
down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking
That's
the
why I
ball
caught
as going downfield to
every
catch the
day
ball.
is hell here.
They've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Edwards. And take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A
He's
great
dancing.
effort there.
He's dancing.
38 yards. And the Ravens.
I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not.
Once these guys get overeager, get out of there.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense to sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the
I guess it's
execution.
funny not to know what to do.
Line of
Jagger.
scrimmage again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Around the fucking zone.
Back to the air on 2nd down. More.
Whoa.
Throwing it in. Now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the
Here it
4-yard
is,
completion.
October though, and I'm barely playing these
Hard
horrible.
throw incomplete.
in support.
So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive. But
My
bottom line,
plans
they're
was,
away
see,
from
I don't
finishing
never,
it
that's
off.
why I
They
don't
rocked
make
them a little bit on this
schedules.
drive,
That's
didn't
why,
they?
because I'm even that way with like
It's not how
karaoke.
you start.
Like
It's how
I'll
you
have
finish.
when
You
I
have a
used,
chance to end it
when we
right
first
here.
started going, I'd write me out some songs on my phone about what I wanted to do. And I'd never do those songs.
That could be a
I'd always
major
do something
momentum
else.
swing here early.
Because
It don't do,
the
I can't
defense
live by
stopped
schedule,
them.
y'all.
How great is that? They go
I'm
for it on the
random.
first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish.
I had planned all
something,
year
trying
to play
assert a little
kind of
dominance.
scary
And guess
games.
what?
So,
And give the ball to your
there I
own
am playing
offense.
sports
I agree
games.
with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And you can
I
make
got
that
no
comeback.
points.
Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back.
We're going to go to another game. Because if not, I'm going to about how to play them. I just don't know what I'm doing. But at least I did get up a level. That was something that was worth it. Even though I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll probably go to the cat. Xbox One S. I guess we could do some GTA. I've got it on both the S and the One. So I could probably do some GTA. So we'll be going to the cat and the swinging clock, and then I'll be right back with something else. I don't know what I'll try. I might even go back to that Metro game. We'll see.